They can't say st. They're not used to that cluster of consonants, so they feel the need to add that extra E in the beginning. When my Arabic speaking students say something like measure, I pretty much know that they're trying to say measure, but
And I eagerly flip to M, and Machiavelli is not in all caps. He was not important enough from their position. The all caps authors are all minor Protestant theologians.
Only was, I did A through M, kind of the blunt stuff, the job, paycheck, the tire pressure in the minivan.
Hi, this is Governor Greg Abbott, and I want to say congratulations to the Texas A&M graduating class of 2020. Giga Maggies!
Hey, I'm Bob at I Like to Make Stuff. Today we're going to make a quick and easy outdoor storage bench.
And the book that I am listening to next is called Behave, The Biology of Humans at Our Best and Worst by Robert M. Sapolsky. It explains why we make the decisions we do in all sorts of situations, from our most altruistic to our most selfish or vengeful. And
and Leon was running the M&A group, I was running LA, and Sorty more the generalist stuff in New York.
So before we move on, I'm just curious, looking back now, do you think
once you know A and I, you can get to M. You can then decide how I'm going to structure the message, what language am I going to use, am I going to tell a story, am I going to use slides, am I going to use...
The M I form by coming all the way down to the baseline. Some people stop short of it. This is one of the widest letters. The N is not quite square. That's another.
For sexuality. Mm-hmm. And that's what ended it for him. When I graduated from college at Long Beach State, they both came to see me graduate. And I knew she was on a manic. I could just see it.
Yeah, she seems to be settled with it now, but you know, you never know. I hear about an awful lot of adopted children who even in their 40s or 50s.
Well, you know, Texas A&M football was a source of great stress for me.
Different situation where I'm actually having to build long-term relationships with my colleagues and my leaders. You know, it's not quite so easy, and not everybody is brave enough or courageous enough or comfortable enough to call it out every time it happens. It's very
manually. So if I type CD and then source 1M, enter, notice that my prompt, the thing in white at left, just changed. And so indeed,
yeah, we do. I know that seems like somehow it was a good deal.
What was daily life like for the family?
When I was little?
Mm-hmm. You know, when you were growing up in the 70s.
Yes, you need those M&Ms. You know, I don't know. I'm sure there are some unintended consequences of some of these little tricks. These come out of most of the...
Makes Texas A&M great, and I look forward to spending more time with President Young. You should anticipate a dynamic presentation today as he shares his vision for the future of our beloved Texas A&M University.
Initiatives. The first that I will talk to you about is MTR Reads, which is an after-school program at Sherwood Elementary, and it's a great
actually an initiative by medievalists, something called MUFI.
Now, I also wanted to make some reference to management consultants, and I hope I'm not going to be critical of any of you if you're management consultants in the room, but...
So that if I say major, it comes up with MAJ. If I say I don't want that, then I...
Answer. I enjoyed House of M. Oh. Yeah. So you do have an answer. I'm sorry.
I do have an answer.
Easier.
I can't remember the exact dates, but sometime during medieval times, I believe that there was a
is a millennial problem. And I mean that with small m, right? It's been around for thousands of years.
I think about Maori learners. They can be apprenticed into their songs, narratives, and
family, watching them photographing objects, and the Great Court, where I'm standing now.
School. So I'm thrilled to be here today to talk to you guys about something that nobody talked to me enough about when I was growing up. Now,
is dichromatic. And I want to explain what dichromatism is. To do that, I need to explain how colour works, and I need to explain how we perceive colour.
Joe and I said, oh, hello, my name's Meg. Imagine my horror when I realised he thought I was making fun of him.
From the moment I received my letter inviting me to have a mammogram, which I could not read because it was in size 10 font, to the
which is amazing. The staples really, I think a lot of people just kind of go to H&M or Zara, a white t-shirt, a very simple dress, but actually when it comes to buying a jacket or a great pair of shoes or especially a handbag, it's definitely worth spending more money. I think my